everybody. Welcome to episode 437 of the All You Can Hear podcast. My name is Wenzel, and joining me today is not Colt. Who is it?
It's me. It's Tanner. I know what everybody's thinking. Where's Colt? Where's Colt? You will not believe what Colt's gone and doing.
He's currently racing in Formula One.
Wow, that was so different than what I was going to say. We're just gonna stick with your thing. I was going to say Colt is watching old January 6 footage and taking notes.
That is so different.
I had no idea.
I literally when you said that, my first thought, I was imagining Colt just coming out of a Formula One car, taking his helmet off and just waving to all the fans. And then now that you said that, I think of another Colt that is in a dark room with the holiest screen lighting up his face, furiously writing on his notepad. For some reason, I had the fucking lights on. I'm watching January 6 footage.
See, I'm imagining like a mixture of Colt getting out of his F1 vehicle, but he's dressed like the MAGA shaman or whoever that guy was that wore like the Viking helmet and kept like complaining because they wouldn't give him vegan food in prison or whatever. That's what I'm imagining Colt as. Like everybody's like, yeah, and then he gets out of the car and they're like, Oh, he was wearing an American flag cape while driving?
That doesn't seem safe.
Yeah, so
Javier Bardem is there.
Well, of course. I mean, that goes without saying.
That's for anybody who watched the F1 movie last year.
Haven't seen it. I mean, I know he's in the movie.
Yeah, no, he's in it. Gosh, it's been so like. Only watched it that one time in the theater. It was a fun time. The only time I've ever been interested in Formula One. So, but we're not here to talk about what Colt may or may not be doing.
Let's just say he's definitely doing one of those things.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not Wenzel's.
I was literally gonna say it's not Tanner's, but okay.
Listen, y'all shit talked to me so much on last week's podcast. I feel like I have to come back punching at Colt.
Sure,
you'll get your come ups.
Yeah.
I mean,
God, last week's episode was so funny. we did not mean to do that. I mean, obviously we're joking, but it was just so funny because we just get to a certain point where like, Tanner is a sleepy little bitch.
Yeah, like it literally turned into like all of this about Comic-Con. Also, Tanner fucking sucks. Like Tanner is just the worst person. He's so sleepy. He took 2 naps. First of all, I didn't take 2 naps. I took 1 nap, and then I fell asleep for the night. That's not 2 naps.
No, you're right. But still, you fell asleep twice.
Yeah, that's fine. I stay up. I work. Listen.
That was a weekend.
Yeah, I know it's the weekend, but a guy's got to rest. I'm 30 now. I'm not as young and spry as I used to be. I used to stay up late all the time.
I was thinking about it the other day because I was like, man, all the banter weekends we've had in the past. I was like, man, Tanner goes to bed so early now. But then I was thinking about back then. I was like, did he do that when we had banter weekends? I was like, I don't.
No, I literally didn't. No, this is going to sound crazy. It really started like during COVID, where because when we when have like the apartment parties and stuff, I mean, we would regularly stay up to 2, 3, 4 a.m. Or like if we went out on the town, we'd be out till the bars closed, which was 2 a.m. And I could do that no problem. I could wake up at 6 a.m. on a Friday and stay out till 2 a.m. Saturday morning and be fine. But during COVID, none of that happened.
Yeah.
So it was just like Riley and I, we would watch a movie and it would be like 10:30. Be like, all right, let's go to bed. And that's what happened. And I just never have gotten out of that habit.
Yeah, no, I mean, we jab at Tanner for that, but I mean, we get it. Like, we're all getting older. Um, life is wearing us down. We're gonna
Yeah,
die.
yeah. And I love my
So,
life, but if I'm not in bed, usually by 9:30, I get pretty pissed off. I'm not a nice person.
um, yeah, no. So, yeah, well, no, we get it. Tanners are getting old. Um, it's just how it is. But no, I was thinking that. I was like, yeah, I was like so different. And I mean, that makes sense now that you point that out. I was like, yeah, like it had to have happened when COVID happened. So,
Yeah, literally
um,
did. It literally did.
but okay, no, sorry,
We're way
we got
off topic.
we're way off topic.
The only thing you need to take away from this is Cole is watching January 6th.
Um, we're doing a special episode where we're gonna talk about Steam Next Fest, the demos that we played from this year's Steam's Next Fest. It's Steam Next Fest, right? Am I
Yeah,
just pulled?
it's
Okay.
it's Steam Next Fest. It's the first one this year because there's multiple Next Fest in a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the first Next Fest of the year. They're in February. I think there's one in June around Summer Games Fest, and then there's one in October. So this is just the first of 3 of the year, unless they end
Okay.
up adding a 4th one somewhere on the calendar, which it's so successful. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, but I think on the calendar for this year, there's only 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, for a second I doubted myself. I'm like, am I just pulling that out of my ass?
That would be funny if like you just came up with something totally random, like "Welcome to Steam Demo Derby." Right? That's what it's called.
Uh, yeah. So this is something that Tanner has tried to get me to do, for a little bit. I think last year he wanted to do this, and I just didn't want to. Um, not
Well,
not until
you didn't have an easy way to play the games.
yeah. That's why I didn't want to do it, because I didn't have an easy way to do it. Now that I have a Steam Deck, I'm like, yeah, I can do it now, and yeah. So I had a train of thought and I just completely lost it.
You're thinking about Colt getting out of that car.
Yeah. um, wow, I really had something going. I just completely just gone. Okay.
Well, I
Wenzel,
can pick up that baton for you.
sure.
So Steam Next Fest, if you don't know, is a multiple times a year event where a bunch of games will be like, "Hey, here's our demo. Go play it. Send us your feedback, or check this box so we can get the analytics from if the game crashes on you, whatever happens, happens." And it's a really good way for a bunch, especially smaller indie devs, to get their games in front of a decent amount of people with Steam Next Fest. Now, the problem with Steam Next Fest now is that when it first started, there was only like 75 to 100 demos that came out. And if it's only grown since then, I think the last Steam Next Fest last October maybe had over 1,000 demos for games.
Oh,
And I'm sure this year, this Steam Next Fest that we're about to talk about, I would assume would also probably be the most demos ever with Next Fest. So now what a lot of people, or what some devs do, is they release their demo like 2 or 3 days before Next Fest. So you really get like a wave 1 pre Next Fest that drop on like the Friday before Next Fest. And then when Next Fest drops, it's just all hell breaks loose.
yeah. I noticed that whenever I was looking at demos, I was like, oh, this demo came out a week prior, but
Yep.
it's part of Next Fest.
Yep.
Yeah, Next Fest, I have known about it and I've always been interested in it, but my interest always just completely dies because I've never had a way to actually play any demos. But now that I actually have my Steam Deck, and when Tanner asked me to do this, I was kind of, I mean, I was excited. I was like, yeah, I can do this now. So now that I'm actually able to play, can actually do this. Yeah. So as Tanner said, we just pretty much we just chose a bunch of on our own. We each just chose a bunch of demos to play, and we were like, we're gonna play them, and then we'll come on to the podcast and talk about them.
Yeah, I mean, really no restrictions. I mean, I told Wenzel, I was like, don't feel bad if you only play a game for 10 minutes and that's it. You shouldn't make yourself stick with something just for the sake of like content or whatever. I will say, I mean, my crop of demos, this is the strongest batch of Next Fest demos I've ever played. And the good thing now too is a lot of game devs when Next Fest started, the big allure of Next Fest was, okay, you can only play this demo for a week and then they would disappear. Like they would take them offline. Now that doesn't seem like the case because most game devs are like, oh, it's probably actually only a good thing if we keep our demo up. So even though the day you're listening to this or the day this releases is technically the last day of this Next Fest, you should be able to go and if not play these actual demos, wish list these games. And I'll put together a list of the games we talk about with links. So if anything catches your fancy, you can go wish list it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I honestly, I think it makes more sense to keep them up. But I mean, I understand. Like now being more into the know of like of Steam and like PC games, I'm like, I wouldn't have never known that. I would just been like, oh, they're just throwing out a bunch of demos, whatever. Yeah. But like, no, like these demos are like only for this event and then they're, gone. So it's like, oh, well, never mind. Like that makes more sense, especially for like dipping your toes in these games and seeing if you want to get them in the future.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. As Tanner said, no restrictions. I honestly too, like this week when I realized that this episode's coming out next week, I was like, oh shit, we got to do it. And I was literally thinking, even before, I was like, these are just demos, so I don't have to sink in an hour or anything. I can like really like, I guess the first time where I've been like, I can just put in, just however much time I feel like is good enough, whether that be 10 or 30 or whatever, and get a good impression of a game. No need to sink any more than that, especially if I'm just not vibing with it either,
Yeah.
Yeah. My crop, there were, and now too, like having a Steam Deck, there were so many games, so many demos I had downloaded, and I've been lollygagging this past week. I just did not get to play. I really wanted to, but I've been goofing around too much.
Oh yeah, I still have, which I knew there was no way after all the demos I was like adding to my library. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to be able to play all these before we record on Thursday. I probably still have 25 or 30 in my library that I just have not even touched.
Okay, I don't feel so bad because I literally have 15 demos I have not touched. I downloaded them last night because I just found out about them. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna take these next 2 hours. I'm gonna play all these demos. Then I'm gonna wake up early in the morning, play them in the morning, play during my lunch break, and then play like an hour or two before we start the podcast. Did none of that.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, that was like tonight. I'm like, oh, I can try to fit in some demos before we play, or before we record the podcast. But I was like, I was like, I got a good batch. Why would I try to ruin that?
Yeah, I gotta
not to say that any of the demos I have don't have my interest. I want to give them their proper time, and I knew how much time we had before we started recording. I didn't want to come on the podcast and misrepresent a game because I gave it fucking 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Like I think I have a strong batch, and I wanted to give like a decent amount of time to them to really, really like you say, give a good impression or give an impression of them at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that was something I meant to ask was like, did you hit all the demos you wanted? But you just answered my question. So,
I will say I hit every demo that I wanted to hit, like knowing what I know. Like when Steam Next Fest started, I was like, okay, Wenzel and I are going to do the episode. There are 3 demos I have to make sure I hit before we record, and I did hit all those.
Yeah, I was the same way. There was like there was 3 demos actually for me too. No, 4 demos. I was like, I have to hit these before we even do this, because I had seen a lot of stuff about these games. So I was like, I gotta hit them, and I hit them, which I'm glad I did. I was able to fit in one more game demo before we did this. I did that, and I loved it too. So I think the ones I did play, because in total I played 8 demos. Do you know how many you played off the top of your head, or?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 12 on my list. I played a total of 15. Though.
Oh,
but I didn't put 3 of them on the list because I'll go ahead and just go over them. One of them was a game completely in a foreign language that did not have any tags on Steam to indicate as such. I played it for about 10 minutes, and the gameplay is actually good. I just don't know what was going on because it was completely in Chinese.
Oh, okay.
That I can tell you what that game's called though. And I say it was in Chinese. Maybe it wasn't Chinese. But yeah, the game was called. Let me. Well, if my Steam would load. I think it was called like All Dice No Mana or something to that effect.
Dice No Mana.
Yeah, it was a weird. It was a weird name that, again, no indication that was in a foreign language. But yeah, it was in a foreign language. And then well, I want to mention this game because it's actually on your list. That I didn't put on mine for a reason I'm about to get to is Super Meat Boy 3D. I was very excited for this, and I had no idea till the second day of Next Fest that they had even dropped a demo for it. Wenzel, dropping the game to all low settings was still causing it to crash on my laptop. Which
really?
Yes, which doesn't make sense because like my laptop is not like the most powerful laptop, but I can like run shit on it. Like I can run like Deadlock or like anything I've ever tried to play on it, I can run. This is the only game that crashed. It crashed. I tried to get it up like 6 or 7 times, and it just crashed.
6, 7?
Yeah, 6, 7. And it crashed every single time. Even when I managed to make it to the settings, turn it on all low, which by the way, if you play Super Meat Boy 3D on all low settings, you should just like not even play it. It's not even worth it. Because it literally looks like somebody put like beer goggles on you. And it looks awful. And I was really excited for it, and it really bummed me out. I'm like, why is this game eating so many resources of my computer to cause it to crash? So that was like my one bummer of the event. But I'm like, this also my laptop's like 5 years old, too. But it was just so weird. Like anything I've ever tried to play on this computer has like never crashed it. And it like straight up just full on died multiple times.
Man, that's funny because a game on my list also made my Steam Deck crash.
Ooh, I'm in.
I'll talk about that.
Oh, you can talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah.
But I do want to know your impressions of Super Meat Boy 3D because that was like the one I really wanted to touch that I wasn't able to.
Sorry, before we get to that, was there one other game you didn't include on your list?
Oh yeah, there was one other game I didn't include on my list because I frankly don't feel like I can speak intelligently to it. It's 868 Back, which is the new Michael Bro game. If you don't know who Michael Bro is, I highly recommend you go listen to the Secret Lives of Games podcast. They're currently doing a year-long series on Michael Bro. If you don't know who Michael Bro is, though, he's kind of like the godfather of roguelites, has made a ton of very small, like indie games, like 868 Back. He made a game called Compendium, like a bunch of different stuff that a very small audience adores. I mean, he is like the godfather of this shit. And 868 Hack is the sequel to 868. Let me make sure I'm not getting that confused. Okay, the new game is called 868 Back. The prequel is 868 Hack. 868 Back is, as somebody that really likes roguelite and roguelike games, this game is a little over my head for now. I would really love to learn the systems of it. And I don't think I could within the realm of a Steam Next Fest, but oh my God, it's so much. There's so much going on. And I frankly was not in the headspace to be like, oh man, this is like a real fucking thinky game. And but I highly recommend the Secret Life of Games podcast, talking about like his legacy in games. He's not dead or anything. He's still alive. He's actually been on an episode of this podcast, and obviously he's still making games because this is coming out. So I don't even know why I said that. But yeah, I would give it a shot. Like if the genre at all interests you. But man, it's a lot. It's a lot. I definitely want to like sit down with it more this weekend and give it some more time. But I knew I was trying to hit a bunch of different games, and I was like, I cannot let like my time slip away with this. And I'm like not getting it. I feel like I could have sat there for 6 hours and just like have not gotten it. Like it was something to that extent where I'm just like, yeah, this is not going to compute no matter how much time I can give it right now. So I'm just going to put it to the side and leave it for later. And that's what I did.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I looked at the Steam page. It looks like a lot.
It is. And I've wanted to play 868 Hack for a while now. Because people were like, oh, it's so good. But after playing this, I'm just like, I don't like. I want to play it just because I love the genre so much, and this is like the Godfather of this shit. But at the same time, I'm just like, oh man, like it just has so many systems going on that I can't. I'm too stupid to wrap my head around it.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're just gonna get right into it. My first game was Super Meat Boy 3D. And it is basically Super Meat Boy, but in 3D. There is basically a fixed camera. Or there's a fixed camera. Every level is you're trying to get to Bandage Girl and save her from Dr. Fetus. So if you know anything about Super Meat Boy, it's that just in 3D. Very funny too. As soon as I started up, the first loading screen says, "Did you spot the glitch?" And immediately a bug happens where there's no music and no sound. I thought that was really funny. I don't know if that was purposeful or that just happens, but then it cuts in finally. It was a lot of fun. I've played Super Meat Boy in the past. I've really enjoyed it. It's really difficult. And this is no exception. Man, there was a level that pissed me off so much because I died 48 times. And at that point I realized, I was like, I don't need to play any more of this because
I got it.
I got it. So I stopped and I uninstalled it. I was like that shit's pissing me off.
Damn, because it pisses you off when you're like, I'm not coming back to this. Fuck that, actually.
Like I'll come back to it when it releases and I buy it, but there's no reason to play this demo to completion. I will say too, there's only one demo on my list of 8 games that I played until the very end because I was enjoying it so much. Everything else I did not play until the end. Not to say that I didn't enjoy everything. I just, I just wanted to move on. But a later game just completely just got my attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say a complaint about it is like the controls and stuff are fine, but there is a mechanic in there, wall running, that I just could not get a grapple on. And because it tells you how to do it, and there were several levels with wall running, and I did the button combination it has you do, and I'm like, this does not fucking work. It made me so mad. I'm like, they like that's my only complaint about it. Like that pissed me off. I was like, this wall running mechanic fucking sucks. It's so
And
bad.
it also feels like the wall running mechanic from the point of view the game is at. I mean, I've watched gameplay of this. If you remember when we did our and this to the listener, our like Summer Game Fest episode last year, I'm pretty sure Super Meat Boy 3D was in like my 10 most anticipated games. So I've seen like footage and stuff of it. It seems like a wall running mechanic would be kind of awkward with like how far away you are from Meat Boy, and then also just like how small he is relative on the screen. I don't know. I feel like obviously I want to like get my hands on it to see how it actually feels, but like outside looking in, I feel like that'd be extremely awkward.
It's that the camera angle and how you view Meat Boy is fine. That's not the problem. It's literally the button that they have you use to have him wall run is the same button they use for jumping, and it just wasn't working. Like
Oh,
it says when you make contact with the wall, hold my Steam Deck, so it's A, I think, hold A to wall run. So I would make contact with the wall and wall run, but he just wouldn't like he wouldn't do it. And I'm just like, this doesn't fucking work. Sometimes he would, sometimes he would. So I was like, okay, so he can do it, but it's it's very awkward. It just wasn't good. I think it's possible. They just got to fucking figure it out. They just got to
yeah.
fix it.
And then I wonder too if you can just like go in the settings and map it to a different button.
Maybe or yeah, probably. Um,
But still, yeah,
you solved my issue. Damn.
yeah. Hey, you're welcome. But I mean, that does seem weird to like. I hate it when a game does that. There's like, hey, this button that does something else when you hold it, it does this. I'm like, there's enough buttons on the controller, you know?
Especially too when it tells you to hold it, like
Yeah.
not tap it. I'm like
Uh,
that's such a sensitive thing, and I'm just like I hate that.
yeah.
Um
1000% agree.
yeah. Uh, other than that, like I said, it's Meat Boy. Very funny that if you over the course of the level, the more you die, the more fucked up you look. But no, I really enjoyed it. I love Super Meat Boy, so you know, there knowing who makes this, I assume they're gonna fix stuff, polish it and everything. So obviously, I wish listed it. So yeah.
Yeah, and I assume that game's coming out this year at some point. They haven't said anything different. So I
Yeah.
think the last thing I saw was maybe spring 2026. So the game should be out pretty soon. Wenzel, you mind if I throw two games at you real quick?
Go ahead.
So the first game I want to talk about is called Card Corner, which
Okay.
is a idle incremental auto battling poker game. Uh, and what you may be saying is, "Oh, Tanner, it's an idle game. It's not a real game." I tell you to shut your mouth. It is a real game because there's shit you can do in it, and it's as active or as inactive as you want. So Wenzel, I guess on Steam Deck you probably haven't encountered this much, but there's this semi new phenomenon of games that you can have open on your desktop or your laptop that only take up I'm going to say a tenth of the screen, and they stay in the corner of the screen, and you can do your other task while this game is running, such as podcasts. Because right now, and for the last 45 minutes, I have had Card Corner up, and it's playing since we've been on the call. And
Wow, controversy.
hey, but I wanted to talk about it because last year I got put on a game called Corner Pond, actually from a Wario64 tweet, if you can, or Bluesky, because he posted his like Steam year in review, and like 45% of his playtime was in this Corner Pond game. I was like, I got to see what that's about because I like fishing in games, and That's what Corner Pawn was. It's literally sits in the corner of your desktop, and you fish, and that's it. It's as active or as inactive as you want. Or you can be as active or as inactive as you want. I put like 15 hours into it, just like doing other minimal tasks in just the month of December. And that's what this game is going to become for me. I'm very scared about Card Corner because I do love my number go up games. And what's great about it is this game comes out next week. Actually, I think by the time you're listening to this game will come out tomorrow on March the 3rd. So it's going to be out in a hot minute. And it seems like it's going to have some legs if you're into the incremental auto battling games, because I have about 2 hours in it already, and I haven't even reached like the minimum threshold to unlock like one of the 3 icons in the top bar. And
I real quick, I just want to say it's actually March 9th.
March 9th. Yes. There's another game I want to talk about that comes out March 3rd. Yes, so March 9th. So you have a week to get prepared. And I don't know if usually when a demo for Next Fest is so close to the release date, sometimes they will pull it down. So I don't know if you'll actually be able to play this one, but you'll know by my description if it's for you or not. So and I assume this game, like most of those corner games, is probably going to be like under $3 if I had to guess. So yeah, just keep your eyes open for it. The other game I want to talk about is another number go up game, but way different because it's not an idle incremental auto battle or whatever. It's a roguelike. It's called Raccoon Coin Pusher Roguelike. And to preface this a little bit, I actually played this game last year as part of a play test. I don't remember exactly how I got into the play test. But I played it and I'm like, ooh, okay, I need to keep my eyes on this game. And then I saw they had a new demo come out for Steam Next Fest this time. I think the playtest demo came out last Steam Next Fest because I played this game like last summer or something. Like it's been a while. But this was an all new demo. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it out. It's been a minute. So tried it out. This game's got the juice. This game's got some fucking juice. Let me tell you. What you are is you can pick from various raccoon managers, and you play a coin pushing arcade game. Where you're trying to like beat the score. It's essentially what if Balatro but coin pusher. And I know that people are like, oh, but that's what this game obviously is. There's power-ups, there's perks, there's special coins you can get that drop into the coin pusher that do certain things. Like there's a bunny coin you can get, and when 2 bunny coins come together, they make a 3rd bunny coin, and you can just make like a bunch of bunny coins. There's glue coins, you can get black holes. You can make it rain. There's a fucking wheel in the corner when you score. When you get like a combo going. I mean, there is a lot going on the screen. But it's a ton of fun. I lost like an hour and a half to this the other night after already having played this game probably like 9 months ago. And the good thing about this game is it comes out March 31st. So it also comes out in the month of March. Very exciting. This game is a day one purchase for me. And I'm excited. Yeah. And I'm very excited to lose my time to it. I'm scared, but I am very excited.
Raccoon was one of the games I wanted to get to because I've heard when I was looking up about demos to check out, Raccoon was one of them. People I've seen are really enjoying it. Who the hell is barking?
I assume Riley just pulled up, so
oh my god.
That's probably why they're going crazy.
Tell those bitches to shut their mouth.
Whoa!
I can say that. I can say that.
Sweet babies.
I've changed their diapers.
Not my sweet babies, but
I've changed their diapers.
So, so yeah, this game comes out March 31st. I'm so excited for it. I think this is the developer's first game, but the publisher is PlayStack, and they have published like the Golden Idol games, Void Breaker, Abiotic Factor, Unbeatable. They published Balatro, so like the publishers got some fucking
got some games under them.
Yeah, got some games. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. I think this game is going to have both the legs and the juice.
Wow. All right. Well, yeah, hell yeah. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. I think as much as you like Nubby's Number Factory, I think Raccoon is like 2 steps above it in terms of like, oh, this is like a number make brain feel really good.
All right. Hell yeah. You ready for my next game?
Yeah, hit me.
My next game is Dino Blade. I had never heard of this game. I literally was looking up game or demos that are great to play on your Steam Deck. What I also like too about Steam Next Fest or just in general about these demos is that even if it says that it's unknown about whether it's playable on Steam Deck, that's fine. It's still completely playable. Like it still will totally work. Now some games not so much, but if you can look up and people have like out there will have like videos and stuff about like what games you can play on Steam Deck just fine, because that's how I found out about this. I was looking up a video about like, oh, these games are great. These demos are great to play on your Steam Deck, and this is one of them. And I like as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is crazy. It is an action RPG set. I'm gonna read the description on Steam.
Okay.
It is an action RPG set in a prehistoric world forever changed by a cataclysmic event. Step into the role of a young Spinosaurus wielding a colossal greatsword. Confront rival dinosaurs, some armed with weapons of their own, all in desperate fight to prevent a looming extinction. I saw this, a Spinosaurus wielding a fucking greatsword in his mouth. Like, I mean, it's literally like Seth from Dark Souls. I was like, this is badass. This is so crazy. And the funny thing is, too, when I was learning about this game was that it literally just started out as this guy on Reddit sharing like, oh, yeah, here's a dinosaur with a fucking blade in its mouth. This is like, just some cool art and models I've been working on. And people loved it so much, it turned into a full freaking game.
Like, oh, that's awesome.
Like he was just like, actually, I'm going to make this into a game. And he did. And from what I played, it was really good. It was really solid. I love how the Spinosaurus when he chain attacks, really sick. I made it to the first boss as well. Really cool design. Just like, yeah, it was just a really fun time. And I say this too at how badass it is. It also feels like it knows this is kind of like wild or whatever, like kind of like funny, and because of that it makes it feel so much cooler. And it's so funny because it'll also be so jarring because the music will be so tranquil or somber or whatever, and then it'll just cut into like a fucking guitar shredding. It's crazy. Some of my complaints with it, though, I will say, was enemies were really hard to see because a lot of the enemies you first fight are like these small velociraptors with like katanas, and they're really hard to see. And like some of the size discrepancy too between you and dinosaurs is kind of weird. It feels very kind of like sparse and like some of it kind of plain, but again, it's a demo, so I'm not being too critical here. I feel like honestly, like, because its release date is on Steam, it says Q3 2026. Honestly, if it got pushed to like next year, I think with the time, with what's already there and just some more time, this would be such a neat little like gem, like such a weird little like cult classic it's like a game that's like, oh yeah, it came out, on like the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2, and it was just this weird little game, and then like you revisit it or you go to it, and it's just like, what the hell? Why aren't more people talking about this? This is what I feel like this is. It's like such a like a weird concept. Like you're playing a dinosaur with a sword in its mouth, and you just kick ass. You know?
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I'm like looking at the video of it. It's just literally a dinosaur holding what looks like gut sword from Berserk.
Pretty much, and
Yeah.
you can unlock different swords over the course of the game. When you defeat certain bosses, or maybe it's all the bosses, when you defeat bosses, you will actually be able to summon them to help you and stuff. It's
Oh, that rocks.
crazy. There's a lot going on. I'm like, man, just keep working, dude. Just keep going, and this thing is gonna be fucking awesome. So I wish listed it immediately. I'm like, I am going to keep up with this. This Dino Blade game is so sick.
Oh hell yeah. Are you ready? I'm gonna hit you with 2 again.
Okay.
And I think that will get us even here. First I want to talk about a game called PRDA. PRDA
Oh,
is a
I wanted to play
roguelike.
this.
Yeah, the art style is incredible, but I'm going to read the description real quick. You play as an agent of the PRDA dealing with twisted creatures around the world. Forge cards to build your deck and collect as many tarot cards as possible to your advantage. Try your best to complete your mission. It will be a difficult adventure. So this is a rogue-like deck building game, which if you don't know, is the best. And yeah, it has this really cool black and white aesthetic to it. And yeah, the game is exactly what it says it is. It is a roguelike deck building game where you're fighting monsters. Um it has a lot of style. I will say the game just throws you in. And there is a lot of mechanics at play here that I am not going to learn for a possible 40-minute demo. And I say that because I was playing it and I got to an enemy that had 1 health. Like the enemy, it was a tentacle. And please flame me in whatever platform of choice you want for not getting it. But it had 1 tentacle and it had an icon saying it was unkillable. And I'm like, okay. And you don't have an option to run. And I had 3 different types of cards in my hand. I had a hand that gave me armor, or I had 3 cards that gave me armor, 3 cards that dealt damage, and 3 cards that dealt bleed to an enemy. So I'm like, okay, let me try to do bleed and then damage. Nothing. Let me try damage, then bleed. Nothing. Let me try using all 3 bleeds. Nothing. Let me try all 3 damage. Nothing. Like no combo of cards I had did anything to this enemy, and you can't leave the encounter. So I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I stopped playing it. That being said, that I'm totally willing to say that was user error. Or maybe it was just a weird glitch that I don't know. Or maybe I just got like a 1 in 1,000 chance encounter that was fucking impossible. I literally don't know.
Maybe
So
that
I stopped.
was the demo telling you to get out.
Yeah, maybe so. It was like, all right, Tanner, you've had your 20 minutes. Fuck off. So yeah, but I will say I was interested in the story. Like it gives you like this big map, and you actually get to choose like from locations, based off the real world. Like the map is just like a 2D map of the world. Um, and it's like pick where you want to go, and you go, and then it's very Slay the Spire, where like you start in one place, but then you have like instead of 2 direct, you have 3 different places you can go to. One thing I will say about any roguelike deck building game coming out this year in the year 2026, I think you're going to get your lunch eaten, and you can be really good. But Slay the Spire Early Access comes out at the time of this recording in 3 days, and that is the sequel to one of the best games of all time. So your mileage may vary, but if you want something with a very cool style and doing something a lot different in terms of subject matter than Slay the Spire, I'd say give this a chance, and maybe you're smarter than me and can figure out how to kill the unkillable enemy. So I don't know. The other game I want to talk about is another recent love of mine, and that is Picross. In this game, Pictocross, 1 nanogram a day is what the game is called. Is very interesting because I will say this is not a beginner's Picross game. It throws you in the deep end immediately. Your first your January 1st nonogram is a 15 by 15 nonogram, which for those that don't know, like if you're playing like Pacross S or any nonogram game on your phone, a 15 by 15 is like pretty advanced tech. So this is not a game for somebody just getting into Pacross. This is for the Pacross sickos. That being said, I'm not at that level yet where I can just knock out a 15 by 15 in like a decent time. So like I knocked out that first 15 by 15 and I'm like, cool, I get it. This is just a Pacross game. But if you want some real sicko shit Pacross, keep your eyes on Pictocross 1 nonogram a day, because I think it's going to be right up a real sicko's alley. And I believe the game comes out March the 4th. This is the game I was thinking about earlier. So at the time of you listening to this podcast, this game comes out in 2 days. So yeah, I would recommend hopping on it. And it's this game developer's first, they are self-publishing and developing it, called Rainfernal. And it's their first game. So, and there's going to be 372 puzzles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
Um,
it's a real sicko's Pacross game.
Man, I hate to kill the vibe, but I was curious about PRDA because you don't know, Tanner, but when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that looks a lot like Mike Mignola's art style. And if you don't know, that's the creator of Hellboy, the BPRD, which was so funny when you read out the description of the game. I was like, that sounds like the plot to BPRD. And so I went to a Reddit because somebody also was like, this looks a lot like, Mignola's art style or whatever. And people who are familiar with the characters in the comics and stuff and who played it, I'd have to play it myself and compare, but people were like, it looks like they just straight up like traced over characters from the comics and put it in the game.
Oh, sick.
Like
incredible.
Like I was like, I'm reading right now. I was like, that is crazy. Like there's no mention of like like anything of like Mignola or working with Dark Horse. That's the comic publisher. So yeah, that's crazy. Because I when I saw that like PRDA, I was like, that looks really cool. It looks like Mignola, but I was like, that sounds like a riff on BPRD, and it's like not even a riff. It's like almost a ripoff. So I don't know. I just thought people should be aware of that. That's really interesting. But to change subjects, are you ready for my next game?
Yeah, I will say also, maybe just stick you know what? Stick a fork in PRDA. You're done. I'm reading more on this subreddit, and the publisher and developers in Chinese, and it translates to the awful sloth. And apparently, there is a character in the trailer that is straight up just a character from like from Mignola in it. And then also the old lady is literally the Baba Yaga, which I guess is a character from his stuff as well. And a bunch of people are like, yeah, this is blatant infringement. I'm not familiar with the work, but I'm going to say if a bunch of people are saying it, it's probably true. So yeah, just you know what? They can all be winners.
Yeah, like I'm like, damn. I was actually I was very interested. I was like, oh, that looks a lot like,
Yeah, the art style is what pulled me in.
Yeah, like
not being familiar with it, I'm like, oh, well, it's somebody else's.
Man, damn. Okay, that's a bummer. Again, sorry, but if we're ready for my game isn't an copyright infringement. It is
that we know of.
Well, I know. My game is, I'm not sure how to say the name. Honestly, it's maybe it's Calx, could be Kalex. I don't know. It's spelled CALX, all capital. Now, I saw this game because the art style is inspired, not copyright infringement, is inspired by the famous French artist Mobius. And let me go to the Steam page because the story I could not tell you off the top of my head. Yeah, so I guess here's the story. Flow across the warp-corrupted planet Zero, master movement as the Seeker, double jump, dash, levitate, and grapple through atmospheric ruins, scan, solve puzzles, and engage in measured combat in ways of stillness and frenzy. So that's pretty good, I think, of the gameplay, because the gameplay was very simple. It wasn't overwhelming with controls or like mechanics or whatever. I really enjoyed that. Gorgeous, gorgeous game. Like I said, if you know anything about Mobius, or if anybody remembers the game Sable, just a gorgeous looking game. So pretty. Even the cover art they have on the Steam page is incredible. It looks so good. And yeah, it's just incredible as well. Music was so good, but a big issue I had with this game, because it made me scared when I saw it was a Mobius inspired, because I don't know why, but Sable is a game that had an art style that's Mobius inspired. And one of the problems that was never fixed about that game, and it's so upsetting, was that it had a frame rate issue, and the developers never fixed it. The only way that you could get around it and play the game was, for me anyway, I had to turn my TV down to 1080p, and play it like that. That was the only way to fix it, and it's not super like intensive, but like it kind of just frustrated me, because I was like, this is so dumb, because I have to like turn it off, turn it on, turn it off every single time if I wanted to play this game, and it's just such a pretty game. I'm like, man, this sucks. So it kind of got me out of playing it for since I played it, which was like back in the summer. And I enjoyed it too, because also the music's done by Japanese Breakfast as well. But anyway, yeah, so it was suffering from from a similar issue. Like the frame rate was so bad, because at certain points it'd be super smooth, and I was like, damn, this is so pretty and it feels so good. And then as soon as like there is this type of in-game object that like it has it moves like while you're near it, kind of like a like in those in like shows or movies or whatever, there's like something's hypnotizing you, so it's like a circle kind of constantly moving.
Yeah.
It has that pattern on it, so anytime you're near these objects with this pattern on it, the game would just like lag so bad. It was so frustrating, because like whenever I had to do a boss battle, it was so difficult to tell what was going on. I was like, I don't know what's happening, if I'm doing this correctly. It's but it was so just laggy, so bad. But yeah, the combat and everything was smooth. Again, I can't say enough how, and the designs, how great they were. It just looks so good, and like I'm just so invested in the story too. Even like the little bit, like it really doesn't tell you anything. It just throws you in. But like it feels like a lived-in world. You don't like, you're gonna learn about it as you go through, so that's not a big issue. But yeah, that frame rate issue was that was the real problem, and I really hope that that's fixed, because I would I wish listed this game. But this was the game I referenced in saying that it crashed my Steam Deck. Because it was so funny, because at towards the end of my playthrough, like, because once it crashed my Steam Deck, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. What happened was my character died, and when he died was I go into this cave and I see these bats on the ceiling. I was like, oh, what do those bats do? They're definitely an enemy. It was less than 3 seconds. A ear-piercing scream comes from those bats, they suicide bomb me and I die.
Sick.
And then as soon as it happened so fast that it caused literally the game screen to go black, and like my Steam Deck just shuts off. It just crashes, and I have to turn it back on, and I'm at the game homepage.
Wow. So the game just didn't crash. It like hard crashed your whole system.
Yeah, pretty much. It was pretty bad. But other than that, I really
other than completely bricking my Steam Deck, I enjoyed my time with it.
There is no release date at the moment. Understandable. I really hope they take their time with and like flesh out that frame rate issue, because this could be a great game.
Yeah.
It was like I said, it was incredible to play for the time that it was working fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the one tricky thing with this art style, because I feel like every game with this art style has
that frame rate issue. I know
has a frame rate issue very similar to what you're talking about, and I just wish somebody could crack that code. Because yeah, I mean, the game looks gorgeous, so hopefully they'll get that fixed, and hopefully they'll learn what to do from this this next fest. Well, up next, Wenzel, what if I told you I got another roguelike game on here?
Hey, and they're awesome.
And what if I told you it involves some light deck building?
They're awesome.
This game is called Beyond Word.
Okay.
The Steam, let me tell you, the Steam description for this, I'll talk about it in a second. But from the creators of GoldenEye and Time Splitters comes Beyond Words, the genre-defining fusion of roguelike strategy and word crafting. Build powerful combos, unlock upgrades, and master a challenge where victory is spelled one letter at a time. Now, I know what you're thinking, listener. Why the hell is the creator of GoldenEye and Time Splitters making a word crafting roguelike deck building strategy game? And to that, I say I don't fucking know. But the creators of this game are Steve Ellis and David Doak, who came from Free Radical and Rare, doing things like 007 GoldenEye or Perfect Dark and the Time Splitters games. They're coming together to make this. And I played it. It's kind of similar to a game I played last year. I don't know if I ever actually talked about it on the pod, but it was called Wordplay. Wordplay is like the baby version of what this game is. This game is like full blown, like pretty hardcore Scrabble with like the added element of different challenges. And there's also upgrades you can get. So like one of the upgrades can involve like, oh, now your 3 instead of, score multiplied by 3, it's now worth score multiplied by 6 or score multiplied by 9, and they can level up. So you can level up each letter scores, like from 2-letter words to I think 8 or 9-letter words. You can level those up, and then you can also get cards that can do various things, like every 4-letter word is automatically worth double and stuff like that. And also, while you're playing, you have to complete your turn and so many moves or you lose. And yeah, it gets the brain ticking. You got to think of some words. I had to get very creative last night. I spelled penis twice. That's actually not a bit. I was able to spell penis twice, and I scored a lot of points both times. But it's very fun. I'm not even going to say, I mean, it obviously does have like number go up, make brain feel good that Balatro has, but it's also like a lot. Like, I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with deck builders anyways, because a lot of times they just feel like it feels like gambling. Like, a lot of people don't like Balatro because they feel like it feels like gambling. And to that, I'm going to say, man up.
I was literally about to say, don't be a pussy.
Man up. I don't care.
Maybe grow a penis.
Yeah. Grow a penis. Yeah, that's actually what I meant to say. But this is like just hardcore Scrabble. Like, this I think this game is going to find a pretty niche audience, but I think the people that dig it really dig it. Like I could see a Northern Lion streaming this and this game getting a lot of positive buzz behind it. It's supposed to come out this year, 2026, so we'll see. I'm going to keep my eyes on it. It's on my wish list. And I'm probably going to play that demo some more too, because I kind of got my ass handed to me on a level. And I would like to beat that level, because you had like 10 moves and you had to score like 5,000 points, which up to that point, the most points I'd had to score was like 1,500. I'm like, holy fuck. So you had to average like 500 points a word, which was very hard to do. Because also too, like as you're moving through the rounds, like on this particular place I'm talking about, you start with the 500 point round, and then you start with the 1,500 point round, and then I had the 5,000 point round. But your tiles from your 500 point round and your 1,500 point round stay on the board. So it's not like you get a fresh board and all new letters. No, you already have letters that you have expended, and you have to build based off of those words again. So you got to think. You can't be a dummy and play this game. No, sir.
I'm actually really interested in this. I love.
You should try it out. It was really good.
I've added the demo to my library, but no, I've been ever since getting my Steam Deck and playing so many games. I've really like opened my eyes like roguelikes and deck building games, and I love twist on deck building games now. This looks really interesting. I also too, from like this batch of demos, I've been really wanting to check out some of these games like where you build or put together words and stuff. These kind of this genre. I've been really word crafting, if you want to call it that. I've been really wanting to check out some of them. So hell yeah.
You should definitely try out Wordplay. I really enjoyed Wordplay last year, and I think Wordplay will warm you up for this game. Like I think if you played Wordplay and like wasn't digging it a whole bunch, you probably wouldn't like this. But if you played Wordplay and was like, oh, this is kind of easy, I think this game is going to be right up your alley. And I kind of fell into that camp where I'm like, oh, Wordplay is kind of easy. It's fun, but it's kind of easy. And this game does have pretty significant challenge. And like they've already said like, I think there's like in the final release, there's going to be over 300 unique modifiers and abilities. There's not like a tenth of that in the demo version. So I'm very interested to see what they come up with.
Okay. Well, hell yeah. Ready for my game?
Hey, you know what? Hit us.
When I played this, after I played it, it was my favorite game out of all the games I'd played so far. It is Dench Attack. I had heard about this, and I had seen some of the art. I was like, oh, that looks really cool, you know? I did not realize it is basically like a skateboarding and racing game, but with trains.
Yep.
So the description on Steam is flip, trick, and grind your train in a fast-paced, off-the-rails ride through a colorful Japia, outmatch rival gangs, wreck a shady megacorp, and take back the tracks with nothing but skill, speed, and style. This was so much fun. It is such a unique take on like a kind of a rail grinding, skateboarding game with trains. It's pretty simple. Like they kind of throw a lot at you, but you'll be able to get it. And there's so many like different like tricks and moves you can do too. It was so much fun, and it's so in the story. I'm really enjoying the story too that I got. It was just really funny because most of it's in Japanese, but then when the characters talk to each other, it's all in English.
Hell yeah!
So it's very funny, but I didn't experience any bugs or problems. The colors, the character designs, I can't stress enough. It's like I love it. I love the art style and everything so much. The music incredible. just a great time. Um, in terms of release date, it just says 2026. I hope it does come out this year because it's on my wish list. I'm gonna be keeping up with this. It was super sick. If you get the chance, play the demo now. Go do that. Or actually, sorry, when this episode comes out, I don't know if the demo will still be up. But if you get the chance, play the demo. It's so good. I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Yeah, this game has a lot of style. It looks gorgeous. I want to say it was shown during the Game Award pre-show, or maybe it was during the Summer Game Fest pre-show. But it was shown, or maybe Gamescom pre-show. It was shown during some Keighley adjacent pre-show, and a bunch of people were like, "Oh, that game looks interesting." And every time it's come up since, people are like, "Whoa, that looks interesting." And yeah, I've heard impressions and hearing you talk about it already. This game is going to be one to watch out for. Like, I think a bunch of people are really going to dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I will say too, this game is tied for another game on my list for being my favorite game out of out of these demos.
Interesting. Okay. Are you ready for my next game?
Yep.
My next game is a game called Dwarf Eats Mountain. I know what you're thinking. Tanner, is that another incremental idle game? Into which I say yes, it is. Now,
Okay.
I will. No, this isn't an idle game. This is definitely an incremental game. You can't really idle with this because there's a lot going on. Essentially, you are some sort of omnipotent being, and you are deploying dwarfs against a mountain. Hence the name Dwarf Eats Mountain. It is pretty grindy at the beginning. But if you like resource management, because there is a strange amount of resource management in this game, I think you'll really dig it. If you like incremental games with long legs, you're going to like this. I'm in a Discord with a couple of people. I say a couple of people. There's like 9,000 people in this Discord. There's a shit ton of there's a shit ton of people in this Discord actually. And one of the people that I communicate with regularly on there completely beat this demo, and it took him about 14 hours. So
wow.
if that's any inkling of how long the main game's going to be, because I assume you don't put out a 14-hour fucking demo, and your game's 14 hours long. And there's a whole prestige system to the game as well. You can prestige, like literally like Call of Duty prestige, and add like permanent buffs to like your dwarfs. There's a lot going on, a lot of systems, but definitely one I'm going to keep my eye out on. Right now, Card Counter has a little bit more of that hands off that I like a little bit more, but I can definitely see like a Saturday with nothing to do, and this game's out on Steam, and I dropped the $10 to buy it and play it for 20 hours.
I will say the second screenshot of this game is like almost a wall of text. I was like, God damn.
It's a lot. I mean, yeah, Colin, it's definitely not an idle game. It is straight up just incremental. But yeah, it's going to be fun. And also, like, yeah, I'm looking at the screenshot you were looking at. Yeah, I can see how that can be intimidating. Wenzel, what's even more intimidating is when the stuff is locked before you unlock it, it's completely in like Dwarvish. It's in, yeah. So yeah, all it says on Steam is coming soon. And yeah, that's all I got for you. But yeah, unlock 90 plus prestige upgrades to replay, accelerate progress, and discover new synergies. 100 plus ancient artifacts. I mean, and this game can run on literally anything. Like looking at system requirements, processor, strong potato, graphics, 512 megabytes, but not really. Sound card, any. Storage, 130 megabytes available space. Memory, 2 gigabytes of RAM, which, you know, nowadays would cost you $4 million. But if you have a computer or any sort of device already, you know, you're pretty good. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes open for this because I quite enjoyed it.
All right. Well, are you ready for my game?
Hit us.
My next game is a game I had heard about, and then when I realized it was getting a demo for this, I had to get it immediately. Um, it is Pluto, uh, and it is a roguelike deck builder where you cast elemental spells, outwit monstrous foes, and escape prison on your way to your niece's birthday party. Um, again, like we were just like Tanner talking about roguelike deck builders. This is one, and as soon as I heard or I saw because I saw a trailer for it and I saw the thumbnail. I was like, oh, that's a really interesting thumbnail for it. That's really cool. It's the same art that's on the Steam page. Um, and then I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. You cast spells using your fingers. Um, so like pretty much each finger, like you have cards and you depending on like what the card requires, like how many slots on on your hands. Use both hands, and uh, yeah, you attach a spell to one finger maybe or two. Depends on the spell, and then you play your turn, and then you'll use each finger. Each finger will cast a different spell, or multiple. Depends. Um, you can have rings on your fingers to help, like with boosting you or what have you. Um, it was really interesting, and I love the art style. It's very grotesque, very funny. Um,
Completely hand drawn too, according to the Steam description.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, completely hand drawn by every 2D asset crafted by dedicated artist Ditch Witch.
Okay.
Yeah, this game is literally being made by two people.
Yeah, hell yeah! Like it is. Like I
Yeah,
said, it
this
was
looks sick.
yeah, dude. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks really cool. And then actually playing, I was like, oh, this is actually sick. I will say it was really funny because this is one of those games where it is also not built for Steam Deck. So I mean, I could play it just fine, but it was a lot of the commands and buttons were for keyboard and mouse. But
Mm.
um, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be able to get Steam Deck support. If not, literally, I can just whip out a keyboard and play it.
Yeah, I imagine considering it says here it has controller support, I imagine it
Yeah,
just hasn't been optimized for the Steam Deck yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. It's yeah. Um, the only problem was I didn't realize the tutorial and the campaign were separate. So I was like,
Mm.
oh, I'll just play the game. Like, why the tutorial in the, because I assume there's a tutorial in the game. No, it literally throws you in. It's just like, oh, yeah, go ahead and do it all. Like, I'm like, oh, I guess I'll tap this finger to use this spell. And I'm like, I kind of got it. But then after a certain point, I was like, I need to go to the tutorial.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I went to the tutorial and it really made it so much simpler. Yeah, I had a fun time. I didn't beat the whole thing, but no, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. It comes out on March 9th, so at the time of us putting out this episode, it comes out this week. I am buying it immediately.
Yep, I literally just put it on my wish list and I'm downloading the demo right now. I'm going to play this before because it looks very up my alley. Also, the game, like, it's going to be a pretty deep one, like 8 playable characters, 5 difficulties, and it looks like a run takes about an hour. So it looks like it's going to be like pretty fucking deep.
Yep.
So yeah, wow, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
cool one. I'm definitely putting that on my on my
I recommend it.
watch
I
out list.
recommend. I think I honestly wouldn't know if you would like it, Tanner, but like I
I mean,
recommend this to
if
anybody.
you're a roguelike deck builder, you're 80% in the door already. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you just suck shit at that, I'm gonna like you to some degree. So I'm interested in it for sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, up next for me, I'm going to talk about. Oh man, I still have so many options here. I'm going to talk about Everything is Crab.
This
Next.
is I wanted to get to this, but I just didn't.
This was already on my radar, and to be honest, I don't remember how it got on there. But I already had this game on my radar, like I said. So basically, I'll read the Steam description. The animal evolution roguelite. Hunt, flee, scavenge, and thrive in a living ecosystem. Choose from 100 plus evolutions and specializations for unique creature combinations in every run. Adapt to survive the natural curve in order to beat carcinization or get Darwin trying. So this is a very action forward roguelite. I would the gameplay is very survivor esque. Think of a Vampire Survivors. It's very Vampire Survivors, except it's not. It's not an. It's not like an auto action. Like you're having to seek your enemies out, but the gameplay loop is there. And every time you level up, you get to pick like an evolution. Like you can pick like, oh, you see in the dark now, or oh, you get 10% bigger, which adds to your defense, or oh, you can fly, or oh, now you have a beak and shit like that. And your sprite changes based on what you choose. So you can become like this grotesque fucking creature. Like in my first run, I was like a crab bird that had like poison sludge. Like it was like a slug. It was weird. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't I'm this isn't on my like have to play list yet. I'd be interested to see like a price. Like I would want to see where this game comes in at because I can see myself getting some fun out of it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend like $30 or $40 on this game. But it was fun. Not not one of my favorite one of these, but there's a lot of competition. You know, if I'm comparing a game to Balatro or Vampire Survivors, it's because so many games now are taking inspirations from those as they should. They're like titans of gaming at this point and two tentpole releases of the 2020s. Um, so a lot of games are taking inspiration from that. So you're going to draw comparisons. I would be interested. I don't know. This game to me feels like definitely more appealing to like if you were a Binding of Isaac sicko. Like if you were one of the people that got really into Isaac, I could see you getting really into this because there's a lot of the same bones there. I never personally got super into Isaac, despite me really liking roguelike games. But yeah, I would say give the demo a shot. I mean, it's a free fucking demo, especially if it's still available. But the game's going to be out May 8th, so you're not going to have to wait too awful long. And like I said, by the time May 8th rolls around, I may be like, you know what? I do want to play more Everything is Crap. I may pick this game up. So,
Okay. Yeah, I've been very I'm very interested in this because I think literally the same day I saw a video about this, I saw that you played it. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Um, and you say anybody who loves or is a real sicko for Binding of Isaac. I really enjoyed playing Binding of Isaac when I was a kid. So I definitely will have to check this out. I just really like the concept too, where they just take the whole like it wasn't really a meme, but it was just this thing that was discovered in like uh evolutionary science where it was like so many animals when they were evolving all ended up being crabs for some reason. So like it kind of spawned into a meme, but then also it was like, what the fuck is going on? Why are things turning to crabs? Which is where we get the term carcinization. I just think it's so funny to literally turn this whole cute game into that whole concept. Um, yeah, I'm definitely interested in playing this.
Yeah, I would say if you like roguelikes, you're gonna like this. A lot of the mechanics are good. The art style I could see throwing some people off. It didn't bother me. I could see some people not liking it. But yeah, I definitely think you should give it a try, especially if the demo is still available.
All right. Well, you ready for my next game?
Yeah.
Well, my game is a game that both of us played, so we can both talk about it. And it is also a game that's tied for being my favorite with out of these demos, tied with the Densha attack. This is Titanium Court. And the description for it on Steam just says a surreal strategy game for clowns and criminals.
And let me tell you, that's facts.
That is facts, but that does not tell you enough of what this game is.
I do want to preface because I just because we're going to talk about it here. I know a lot of people are very excited for this game and don't want to know anything about it before playing because it is the next AP Thomson game. I'm going to say, Wenzel, I don't want to put any extra work on you. Maybe skip ahead just 5 minutes, or maybe Wenzel put in a time code for when we're talking about Titanium Court in case you want to avoid what this game's about. Because I know a lot of people have been wanting to be going as blind as possible for this game. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I had known nothing about this. I just remember it was like 2 months ago. I saw on Bluesky people talking about Titanium Court. It was like I see this the cover image they have on Steam. I see this cover image. I was like, oh, that's a silly looking picture. Titanium Court. People saying like this might be like game of the year contender for next year or whenever it comes out. Just a lot of big stuff being said about it. I was just like, wow, what is this game? So then I saw a demo was out for it. I was like, oh, I guess I have to check it out. I was super surprised because again, I didn't know what this was, and I ended up thinking it was like an hour and 20 minutes into this game until I literally got to the end of the demo. And I basically beat the demo.
Yep.
Yeah, it is gosh, like it is like it says a strategy game, a puzzle game. It is very much surreal. It is like as soon as you're in it, like there's a lot of like not like literally in the story of the game of like of it feeling like a dream, and you're like actually waking up constantly. Well, not constantly, but like if you lose a run, you wake up from your bed.
Yeah.
So it's surreal for a reason because it feels like that. Gosh, I mean, I don't know where else to like to say or go. I mean, it's like I honestly, if the demo is still up, I recommend you to check it out yourself because it is so just. I don't know. Like it was incredible.
Yeah. So without giving too much away, this is a match 3 game, similar to Bejeweled. And that's where the comparisons stop. I've never played a game like this ever in my life. This game fuses so many different genres together. It is a match 3, but it is also like visual novel-esque and like like its story delivery. And then like also there's like tile placement you have to think about with your match 3. And then there's like a battle element at the end of the match 3 segment, which is really more of like, I mean, I don't like a kind of like a, oh fuck, what's the like a base building game. Oh my god, kind of like
tower defense.
Tower defense, yes,
there we
like
go.
a tower defense game.
It's like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tower defense game. And it's also got like roguelike elements. And then also like the overarching story is also just weird as shit because like it is fourth wall breaking in a way that's not like Deadpool fourth wall breaking. It's fourth wall breaking in like a, oh fuck, should I really be playing this sort of way?
Yeah.
Man, it is a experience and a half for sure. And I'm like Wenzel. I played a little over an hour of it. I got to what I deemed the end of the demo. And this is a day one purchase. I don't.
Same.
Yeah, I mean,
Same.
this is an Easy day one purchase. This has immediately moved up to I want to say my most anticipated game of the year, one of my most anticipated games of the year, but I'm not sure it's going to come out this year. But people have been talking about this for a long time. I know people got the chance to play this, I think, during IGF judging last January, like 2025 January. So it's been floating around for a hot fucking minute at this point. And because I know AP Thomson's been showing it to people, and people have just been like, "Oh, I got to play AP Thomson's next project," and let me tell you, it fucking blew my fucking mind, and like my cock and balls completely fell off. So yeah, I'm really excited to play this.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah,
I've never played a game like this.
Like Tanner said, I've never played a game like this. Like, there's so much going on, and then like not only that, the story has me so enraptured. So, yeah, I'm gonna probably have to put a timestamp because I don't want this to spoil anybody. But Titanium Court, when I first heard that title, I was like, oh, like is it like a court procedural or something? Is it kind of like some goofy court procedural, you know, like I don't know, like Ace Attorney, or I don't know. No, like it's literally you end up in a castle, a court, and you are the queen of this court, and it's called like, you know, Titanium Court, of course. But then as soon as that happens, they talk about how there was fourth wall breaking that also I thought was really funny, how calling all the characters actors, but the characters in here, they're called fairies. And I was like, wait a minute, Titanium Court fairies, and then your helper, quote unquote, is named Puck. I'm like, oh my God, this is Midsummer Night's Dream.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy shit. And then like, that's when I was like, Titanium Court, because you're literally Queen Titania. Like, I was like, what is going on with this game?
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot. There's so much shit going on that, like, honestly, we're not doing, like, there's no way to talk about this game because, like, even after playing the demo, I still don't know what the game is.
Yeah, like you just gotta play it.
You gotta play it. You gotta play it.
It was just such a great time. Like I don't know how else to describe it. Like it was, yeah. No,
I want to think of a way we can force Colt to play this. Like I know pulling him away from the January 6th footage is going to be hard, but like I really want to find a way to get Colt in front of a computer, no YouTube on the computer, obviously. No true social. And I want him to play this because I would love to know his thoughts on it. Because again, I mean, it's just like there's not a game like this.
And if he doesn't like it, I'm going to hit the shit out of him.
Yeah, we will for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. He has a Thor now, so.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you got Game Hub Lite running on it, I don't. Yeah, we may have to. I'm ordering my Thor tomorrow, so I'm very excited.
Sure you are, buddy.
I am. I'll send you the fucking receipt, buddy.
Sure you are, buddy. You keep saying, "Oh, you're gonna get a Thor, you're gonna get a Switch 2, you're gonna get a Steam Deck." Yeah, we'll see, buddy.
Well, listen, I was gonna get a Steam Deck, and now they just don't sell them in America anymore. That was gonna happen. Anyways, my next game, I know Wenzel and I both played Titanium Court, but my next game is one that I just played called Croak. Okay. This is a frog platforming game. You're a frog. I've seen a lot of people describe the gameplay as very Celeste-like, and the fact that it's really fucking hard. I say a platformer. It's like a side-scrolling Metroidvania sort of deal. But it's really fucking hard. And being a Metroidvania, you're already kind of fighting an uphill battle with me. I'm gonna say it. Wenzel, I haven't told anybody this. I've tried playing Hollow Knight again this year. And I just,
why would you play something so hard?
Because I'm like, maybe it's not, but it is. And this game is kind of reminds me of Hollow Knight in the platforming sections, and I don't think it feels super great, but there is a contingent of people that are going to really fuck with this game. I've seen a lot of people say this is their favorite game from Next Fest, and I'm personally not on that level. But if you like a game like a Celeste or like a Hollow Knight, you probably need to check this one out. Is all I'm going to say. And you're a frog. I will say the art and the music in the game is fucking incredible. No denying that. But it's just not. I wasn't aware what kind of game it was when I downloaded the demo, or else I probably would have just avoided it altogether. But yeah, I would say if you're interested in that, you'll probably really dig this one.
Okay. I'm interested in it. I saw the art and everything where I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know it was a Metroidvania. Which if it is, then I'm gonna definitely check it out because I'm actually good at those, so I like them.
Hey, not me. Couldn't be me.
You just gotta play something that's not the hardest fucking game in existence.
Yeah, I want to play like Metroid Zero Mission or something. Like maybe something that's just not gonna just completely spank me raw. So yeah.
Well, my next game is a game that I thought was okay. It's Bomb Bun. The description is a bomb throwing rabbit defends her floating fortress from her former friend turned foe. Supposedly coming out in Q2 2026. It is a 3D platformer where you're just playing a rabbit throwing bombs. You choose a level, a set, a stage, and basically you get a race to the end while avoiding different, robots and traps and what have you. I thought I'd say it's okay. I played like 2 levels and I was just like, this feels kind of, I don't know, dull. I like the art style. I like visually how it looks and everything, but just something about it. I was just like, this feels so dull. I feel like I'm missing something here. Like there should be more, but there isn't. Like I don't. And then I got kind of annoyed because when you throw a bomb, it's like it creates this cloud, and even though the cloud is dissipating, if you get too close to it, you lose fucking health. And I thought that was fucking annoying. So yeah, I really don't have too much to say about it. Check it out for yourself, honestly.
Yeah, and also it feels like we're entering this new renaissance of like 3D platformers. I feel like you kind of have to do a little more to set yourself apart. Like Big Hops just came out last month, and like I'm looking at the gameplay of this, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look as inventive or as innovative as Big Hops and like movement or anything. Like it kind of feels like again, this is just me looking at the gameplay. This feels like Super Mario 64 in terms of movement, and then Big Hops is like Super Mario Odyssey in terms of movement, which I love 64, but in 2026, I'm looking for more Odyssey. Like in my 3D platformers looking to do something new. So
I mean, like, yeah, the movement
I like the way
really,
it looks.
That's the thing, is I like the way it looks, and that's what really got me. I was like, oh, I like the little rabbit character. Like it looks, cute enough, but then like you get into it, it's just like, I don't know, something feels missing. Something just, yeah. And then the movement is limited. Like there isn't really much to it. Like it's very simple. Yeah. I when I was playing this too, I was just thinking of, because I've played a little bit of Big Hops. I was just thinking of Big Hops. I was like, man, I want to play Big Hops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, up next is a game I played called Pro Jank Footy. Pro Jank Footy is an over-the-top arcade comedy sports game. Score goals to unleash game-changing power-ups, build a deck of absurd abilities, and tackle a season where no 2 matches are ever the same, solo or with your mates. So the demo for this just had like the PvE mode, but you could actually play it PvP if you had 2 people. But but man, it's a lot of fun. It like the art style it is like very reminiscent of like an arcade sports title you would play. But the whole basis is you're playing handball, and you're able to every time like you get scored against, you get to pick a card that helps you. And just some of the cards I saw in this first game were like one of the like I scored against the team I played against. One of their team members literally turned into a fucking car. And now they were just a car, which made them faster and more powerful when they tackled. I also got one when they scored against me that shrunk all of them to the size of ants, so they were easier to tackle. I got one that reset both scores to 0, which means they were up on me at one point by like 24 points, and it reset both of our scores to 0. And I ended up winning the game because I scored last. It's very fun. This would be a very fun game for like us to play together because I could see us getting very competitive about it.
I was about to say, you resetting the scores to 0 sounds like some bullshit thing you would do in like Magic.
Yeah, it like this kind of reminds me of like a sports version of Mario Party, if that makes sense. So this is Australian rules football. But yeah, and there's a season mode, which again, not even available in the demo, so I can't even imagine how fun that would be. But just this game's going to be worth to buy just if you have people to play with. And it's going to have online PvP, so you don't even have to be in the same room. I would love to knock out some rounds with y'all though, either in person or online, just because it was that much fun playing against the computer. And again, one of them turned into a car. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got a power up at one point that like doubled my kick, so I was able to kick it like completely across the pitch. Just like, and what like it just made all like my first kick of every possession just super powerful. Yeah, it was awesome. Highly recommend it. Probably my biggest surprise of this next fest was this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When I saw you played it, I was like, oh, I don't know what this is. So when I looked it up, I was like, oh, this looks cool. So I definitely want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely. It will be a day one purchase for me because I'm interested in that season.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep.
Dang. All right. Well, my next game is my final game that I actually played like right before we got on for like 10, 20 minutes or so. But I really, really enjoyed it. And it is Rubato. I had heard about this, and then I saw when Tanner was updating his list, he had played this. I was like, oh shit, Tanner knows about Rubato, because I had seen a trailer for it. I don't know how long ago, but I had seen a trailer for it. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. I love this little frog guy. And then I saw there was a demo out. I was like, oh, well, I gotta play it. And then I saw Tanner play it. I was like, well, now I definitely have to play it before we do this. So I played it, and man, it is so freaking good. It is a an experimental 2D physics-based take on the collectathon genre. That's what it says on Steam. Yeah, you play as this little frog guy, and the story's kind of crazy. I don't know too much about the story, but
the
from what I
story
got
is
in the
nuts.
demo, it's it's crazy.
Essentially, the story reminds me of Katamari in the sense that essentially you have to rebuild the planets.
You have to rebuild the solar system.
Yeah, like the whole solar system.
Like, because when I saw this and everything, I was like, oh, this little frog guy, like, what's going on? And then it's just like, to do what? And because on the surface, it's like, again, I was like, oh, like a frog platforming game, you know, like there's so many. But no, it's he's just a man. I don't know how to, like it was also too just. I love the art and the characters. It was so funny. Also, occasionally the game cuts to like these 3D scenes that are like really ominous and eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I really want to play some more. So probably after this I want to play the rest of it because I was really enthralled with what I was playing so far. I end up you work for a company and your coworkers and also your friends are like, oh no, we messed up the solar system, which is why you have to rebuild it. And they're like, well, what do we do? Like, we should run. And they're like, well, how are we going to do that? We don't have any transportation or anything. So they throw themselves to Earth, and you land in a bakery. And Roboto, I don't know much about Roboto, but Roboto is like a badass, and he's like, "Damn it, I have to get back to them, or else they'll die." Or he's like, "They'll die without me." So, yeah, it was really fun.
So I actually beat this demo.
Oh, nice.
I echo everything Wenzel has said. This game, I can't remember how it got on my radar again. Probably just from like the worst garbage online Discord, which highly recommend. If you listen to Into the Aether, you're probably at least aware of this Discord. It's probably how I learned about this, but it's a ton of fun. This game also comes out in March, so this is another game you're going to be able to play very soon. Highly recommend it. This game, I was interested in it before Steam Next Fest, saw the demo, played the demo. This is a day one purchase.
Same.
For me now.
I've only played like a little bit of it, but I have it on my wish list. March 20th. I am there. I am getting it.
Yep. I will be there waiting with bated breath. Well, I guess we should talk about. Oh my god, I had a hiccup and a burp. My last game, which is a little game called Vampire Crawlers. And you may be thinking, Tanner, you've been talking about Vampire Survivors so much this podcast. I can't believe you picked another vampire game. Well, guess what? This is made by the same people that made Vampire Survivors. And folks, let me tell you, they did it again. They got my ass. They got my ass good. I have a little over 3 hours in this demo at the time of recording.
Nice.
And I'm Wenzel, I'm just playing it to play it. I have 100%ed this demo. I've beat both levels.
Demo.
Yes, I beat both levels with 3 characters. I've done everything in this demo I can possibly do, and I'm still playing it because it's that fucking good and addicting. This is Vampire Survivors on I don't know, ecstasy, because now it is a Bwopper dungeon crawling game with literally like Balatro-esque deck building elements to it now. There's random ass voice lines for the characters in the game now. So like you'll add armor to your character and they'll be like, I'm suiting up. And it sounds very like the audio is compressed in a way that it sounds like the audio that would come out of your Wiimote when you were playing a game on the Nintendo Wii. I don't know how they did it, but it's absolutely electric. This game, if it releases this year, which by all accounts it should, will be my game of the year. I'm just telling you right now, I will not play a game this year that will be better than Vampire Crawlers. Vampire Crawlers is going to be my entire fucking life and personality for video games this calendar year. I'm just preparing everybody for that. So when we record Game of the Year 2026 next January, and I say, oh, my game of the year is Vampire Crawlers, you're going to be like, oh, saw that coming a mile away. Because I can go ahead and tell you that's how this is going to go down. Needless to say, day one purchase.
I knew Vampire Crawlers existed, but for some reason I blocked out of my mind what it exactly was. I did not realize it was a roguelite deck builder with turn-based combat and
a dungeon craller.
And a dungeon crawler. I'm looking at the screenshots. I might have to fucking play this thing. This is crack cocaine. I mean, not even lying.
I'm so worried because I'm looking at it. I'm like, this looks awesome.
Yeah,
this looks so awesome.
Like Ponkel is Ronald Reagan, and this game is the crack being dispersed into your neighborhood. Like
that's a wild thing to say.
Well, yeah, I'm just calling it like it is. This game is fucking crazy. And I will be playing it all year on multiple systems. I will probably own this on PC and my Switch too. So,
Man. Yeah, I remember when we all played Vampire Survivors together. I was like, yeah, this is great. I've
yeah.
not played it since we played it together.
I recently had another Vampire Survivors outburst. And I played like 20 more hours of Vampire Survivors because I hadn't played any of the Contra stuff they added. And Wenzel, I don't know if you know this, they added Jimbo from Balatro into Vampire Survivors.
I heard about that, yeah.
So there's literally a power-up in Vampire Survivors now that is Balatro. Like the power-up is literally cards creating a multiplier, and you hit the enemies with the multiplier. And then the damage it does to the enemy is actually based on the numbers of the multiplier. It's fucking nuts.
You know,
so yeah, this game will go down as a GOTY. Just
it's so funny because in the vein of Vampire Survivors, which I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to pick up Vampire Survivors really because I feel like I would get really addicted to it. But I'm currently still playing the shit out of I'd only beat it just a week ago, the main story, but I just love playing it now, is Vital Shell.
So good.
Vital Shell came out in January, and oh my god, I cannot stop just trying different builds and playing it. It is so good. Currently, I would say it's probably like my favorite release of 2026. I completely surprised by how much I just love it so much. It is so freaking good. I'm like addicted to it because I like in an afternoon I literally beat through all like 2 bosses and then the final boss, and then like every day this week, if I'm not playing a demo, I will try to fit in 20 minutes of Vital Shell because I'm just trying out different stuff. It is so fun.
Yeah, Vital Shell fucking rocks. I haven't played it near as much as Wenzel. I think I only have like 2.5, 3 hours in it. But it rocks. It's very good. I highly recommend going and play Vital Shell. It looks like a PS1
mech game.
Yeah,
like I love looking at it too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and the music. And
the music,
the sounds.
Like that's
so
what like gets my brain too. I'm like, oh my god, this is so I just love destroying all this shit, but the music is so just chill and fucking awesome.
Yeah, Wenzel, I don't know if you should play Slay the Spire 2 when it comes to early access next week.
I don't think I should either.
I'm actually afraid. Like, I know what it will do to me, and it will fuck up my love life and my social life, which does make me scared. But at the same time, how am I not going to do it? It's like, okay, you got 2 choices. I can either start smoking 3 packs a day, or I'm going to play Slay the Spire 2. Those are your 2 choices.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's our next fest episode.
That's our next fest. Yeah. Doing this, I was like, it's made me realize, like, man, like I'm excited. Like, there are so many games, so many good games coming. Like,
and what's crazy, Wenzel, is we covered 20 demos. I mean, we covered not even 1% of the demos available. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely like some AI slop garbage demos available during the next fest, or some that are probably borderline illegal because it's just straight on copyright infringement, as discussed. But there's a whole treasure trove of games that Wenzel and I haven't even touched. Like we don't even know to talk about them.
Yeah, like there was like, I think there's like on my current list too of like demos. There's like 15 or 20 other demos I haven't even touched. But like they look so sick, or like I've heard they're so good that I really want to check out. Like it's crazy. And then even then, that's like that's only just a fraction of everything. I do think it's funny, speaking of like AI slot, I think it's funny, like when I was looking at demos on the first day Steam Fest started, Steam Next Fest. One of the already the top demos was Sex Beats, which is just is a rhythm game, but it's just a rhythm game of like sex, and then also too, it's almost all AI generated.
God, that sounds awful. Link it to me so I know to avoid it.
Yeah, of course. No, it was
but,
so. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was so funny because when I was looking at this, I was also at work, and immediately the trailer
Sick.
started playing for it. There's no sound, but the trailer is it's literally just full frontal, like dick and vagina.
Yep.
It was so funny.
No other way to do it, you know.
I panicked. I turned my phone around and shut it off. I was like,
no! Just yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I seriously have like 20 plus demos that I haven't even touched yet that I want to play before next fest. Just to shout out a few, Cicada Mata. I want to it's actually called Cicada Mata demo disc. Haven't got to touch it yet, but I've heard great things about it.
Me too. I want to yeah. Oh yeah.
Dungeons of Dusk, I've heard great things about. Haven't got to play it yet. Grind Survivors, I've heard a lot of good things about. Haven't got to play it yet. Just a lot of good games that, you know, only so much time.
Yeah. One I really want to try. It was a game that was announced like a while ago. Wax Heads. I want to check that out.
Yep. There's a 33 Immortals demo that I would like to touch. Wenzel, I don't know if you know about 33 Immortals, but it's a 33 player cooperative, like raid battle, but it's a roguelike.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Like it's been
around for a couple years, but they released a demo with Next Fest, and I would like to try that as well.
There was another game that I really wanted to try out called Obey the Insect God, and it is so like it is done in the style of like a 90s like fighting game kind of, where like the character models are like actual like actor models. And it looks like a blast of the past, but like a fun time as well. There were other games like The Eternal Life of Goldman, Dead as Disco, Replaced was a demo. Oh, I forgot about. I completely slipped my mind. Replaced was a demo I really needed to check out. Airframe Ultra. There's just so much stuff. Much stuff.
I got Peganomics on here, which is apparently very like if Nubby's Number Factory was already if Peglin and Peggle had a baby, Peganomics looks like if Peggle had a baby with their child Nubby's Number Factory. So I want to try that. 52 Beat Up. I mean, I seriously just so many games didn't get a touch that Wenzel and I could honestly probably do another episode to come out after after Next Fest, where we just talked about the games we didn't get to talk about on this episode, but that's not going to happen. Sorry, but we probably could.
But it makes me think we should probably do another Steam Next Fest episode when we can, because this is a lot of fun. But anyway, So thank you for listening. We're the All You Can Hear podcast. You can find us on Bluesky. You can listen to us pretty much anywhere. I'm Wenzel. You can find me on Bluesky at World of Wenzy, and
I'm Tanner. You can find me on Bluesky, Tanner14, completely spelled out. And I'm kind of just around. You know, I'm trying to stay off social media as much as I can these days, but you know, it's kind of hard when you're dedicated to the grind like me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
Get on out of here. Get it!